What's up, gamers, everyone out there? I hope you're all having a tremendous day because today we are going to be talking about the fanboy logic of console manufacturers yet again. And this is also going to be a pretty funny video if you honestly ask me. So stay tuned into the video. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button if you enjoy this content, and also comment down below of your thoughts towards the end of the video. So let's get this fanboy logic video out of the way, guys. Catch 'em all. Okay, so if you actually remember, we made a video about fanboy logic in like general and like how ridiculously retarded that it really is when you basically got all of these fanboys out there from each individual platform, whether if it's Xbox, PC, the Nintendo, or PC, there's going to be fanboys no matter which console that there is. Even with the Xbox not selling as much as all three of the other console platforms, there's still quite a bit of fanboys that especially on the Xbox side of things. So let's get this really started in this video. So what we are going to be talking about is these fanboys, especially on the PlayStation side, because PlayStation literally just the other day has actually released a UI video for the first time of their PlayStation 5, and it literally took them forever to get this out of the way. It literally had to take him literally close to the console's launch just to basically show the UI to everyone, which, if you honestly ask me, it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. If you really think about it, yeah, it's like really ridiculous for a console manufacturer just to basically show off the UI within literally 4 weeks until the console launches. It's really, stupidity and all that. But we are going to be talking about a couple YouTubers, well, one mainly, that is basically dishing out on Xbox and everything like that just because of their UI dashboard only running at 1080p when in honestly truth it's really probably not going to be running at that lower resolution whatsoever, because even a console that I'm playing on right now, which is the PlayStation 4 Pro, it literally cannot do games in true 4K like the Xbox One X can, but the UI is still playing in 4K resolution, and so as the Xbox One X. So basically, Microsoft has confirmed as of right now the UI on the Xbox Series X only runs at a solid 1080p. Now, who really cares about a UI when it's not about the games? Who cares about UI over games? Exactly. A lot of people out there really don't. And then you got these guys that are basically trying to say that all Sony's got the new stuff. Sony has saved console gaming just because their UI is completely different when Microsoft is basically using the same thing as the Xbox One, just much more faster and improved and all that. And I mean, really, does UI really make people want to buy a console? No. It is important to a console, but does it really affect gamers, and does it really affect who's going to buy what? No. As long as the games are able to play in true 4K in 60 frames or 30 frames and 1080p, 120 or whatever that the developers are trying to get their games to run on the Series X, people don't care about the UI. They literally do not care what the UI is. as long as the games are, as they said, are supposed to run and look and perform. It literally, a UI is basically just to basically get your games ready to play. That's all it really is. So these fanboys on the PlayStation side is really pathetic, if you really ask me. Dishing out the Xbox all just because as of right now it only runs at 1080p, and even though they are talking about that it's just for right now, there's going to be an update here soon when the console launches, and it's going to bring the UI to run in true 4K. And then here is actually the most stupidest part ever. One of these YouTubers has said that the UI on the Xbox One X does only not run in 4K but runs in a native 1080p. And oh my gosh, I sit there laughing my ass off because it literally is not true. The UI on the Xbox One X runs in 4K across the board. As long as you have a 4K device on a TV, monitor, or even a mobile device that has some kind of an HD and it's so powerful that it plays in 4K, no matter what the odds are, the Xbox One X UI runs in 4K. You know how I can tell that it does? It's because I switch back and forth every now and again from 1080p to 4K to basically, take a like to experience how games look, and I can tell that the UI of the lettering looks way more crisper in 4K than it does in 1080p. So, yeah, I'm sorry to bust your guys' bubble. Those are YouTubers out there, but you are really stupid. The UI on the Xbox One X runs in true 4K resolution, just like the PlayStation 4 Pro does, and the PlayStation 4 Pro is basically not even considered as a true 4K console. And yet, it runs in 4K resolution on the UI, and I also can definitely tell the difference between the base PS4 and the Pro on a 4K display. So, yeah, the Xbox One X literally does run in 4K, and I absolutely know that the Xbox Series X is going to, by the time it launches. Even if it doesn't, there will be a patch update that will make it run like that. So, you fanboys out there that are with PlayStation and whatnot, you just literally don't know what the heck you're talking about, because literally the Xbox One X can run in 4K. It does not run in 1080p, and the Xbox Series X will also run in 4K. Even the Xbox Series S, and hell, even the Xbox One S, even with its upscale 4K resolution thing, the Xbox One S even runs the UI in 4K as long as you got it set to 4K upscaling. It literally runs in 4K. So I really do not know how in the world you guys got this freaking information, but you clearly do not know nothing about consoles, especially like I do. And I know for a fact that the Series X is going to be a 4K machine, with the UI. But even if it's not, who the freak gives a crap about UI? All we care about is the games. And I'm sure most of you are going to really agree with me on this. Games play in the 4K resolution that they were playing for. Who the fuck cares about UI running in 4K? But I can already guarantee you that the UI on the Xbox Series X is going to run in 4K by the time it launches in literally just 3.5 weeks. So it's just so freaking funny and so retarded that you got all these fanboys that really do not know nothing about consoles and UIs and everything. And this is literally coming from somebody who basically owns all 4 different platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. And literally, I enjoy every single minute of each and every one of these brands, of these consoles and platforms, no matter what the odds are. I enjoy my Nintendo Switch. I enjoy my PlayStation 4 Pro and my Xbox One X, and I cannot wait to get my Series X and PS5. And I have recently just started PC gaming. So, yeah. So, this is coming from a person that owns and plays all four platforms. So, yeah, the UI on the Xbox Series X, I can already assure you, is going to be running in 4K by the time it launches. But even if it's not, who the fuck cares about UI? All we care about is if the games are going to perform and play like they were shown and like they were talked about. That's all we care about. And like I said, I'm pretty sure most of you that watch this video are literally going to be, on my side and are going to 100% agree. So, yeah, I can already assure you, but it will be in 4K by the time the console launches. So, I wouldn't even worry about listening to those fanboys that literally do not know nothing about console gaming and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it's just funny that these guys act like they know it all, but in reality, they just make videos like this basically just so they can get the reviews and, get views and all that good stuff so they can keep their channel going. That's literally the only reason they do it. So, yeah, it's pretty funny if you really ask me. But I hope you guys enjoy the video of this rant. If you guys could, like I said, hit a like if you enjoy this content and subscribe for those of you that are new to the channel. And we will be sure to keep you guys posted with more gaming content in the future. And also hit the notifications button so that way you don't miss out on any new video while being uploaded and all that. So, yeah. And then you can also comment down in the section down below if you are 100% on my side and you think that this is retarded, that all of these fanboys out there that only likes to talk about one platform and then says lies about other platforms and stuff that's really not true. So, yeah, just comment down below. Said subscribe for those of you that are new. Turn the notifications on and hit a like if you enjoy the video. And we will be sure to keep you guys up to date on the next video. Man, it's so freaking great to be a gamer and a lot smarter than fanboys.